you through how you can set up your Mystery at the Theme Park interactive game. So when you download your script, you will get a copy of this document here, and it outlines everything that you need in order to get your party going and how to post everything that you need to do. So the first thing that you're going to do, and I'll walk you through all of this, you're going to have to make a copy of the Google form. So the Google form is used for people to put their answers to the different pictures that the clues are all hidden in. I'll show you how you can send that to your party guests. And I would recommend posting that in kind of the start of your live or whenever you start your game. And I do recommend playing this game live. I think that you'll get kind of better interaction out of it. You could also post the pictures or post the YouTube video that goes along with this, and then post a link to the Google form. So it's kind of totally up to you, but I do suggest doing it live. I think if you could run this in a Zoom room, you might even get kind of a better party or a Facebook party room. So what you're going to do here is I'm actually just going to click on this link, and it will force me to sign in to Google. So I just made a new account here. So I'm just going to sign into that because my other account actually owns the file. So I want to show you as an outside user what this looks like. So once you put in the link and you've signed in to your Google Drive, so you will need to have a Gmail address if you don't already have one. And they're free and simple to set up. So if you just go to gmail.com, you can do it from there. So what happens here is you're forced to make a copy. So all you need to do is click on make a copy. And then it will bring up the Google form. So you could actually edit these right now. So this is what you as the person that is going to send out the form will see. Okay. So what I kind of added on here, your YouTube link is actually right here. So I'm going to copy that and I'll put that in a separate tab for now because you will need that during the live play. So I'm going to pause that for now and we'll go back to that in a second. So once you have a copy, you can actually see as people respond here. So since nobody's answered, this is going to be blank right now. But once you run this in your party, if you click on create spreadsheet and you want to create a new spreadsheet, what it'll do is it will open a linked spreadsheet and it will actually timestamp who answers the questions when. So the way I would recommend doing this is actually, I don't know, maybe your first two through get the top two booking prizes and the second two get, your giveaways. Or you could kind of say first person, gets their pick, then second person, then third person, then fourth person, or however you kind of want to give away your party prizes. So back to the form. That's how you're going to look for your responses at the end. So it's just clicking on the view responses in sheets. So once you're ready to kind of set up your party, people have to fill in their name, and then as they kind of go through each section, this corresponds with the video. So this picture, you hear kind of a lot of the story, and then this comes up, and it's about a minute each one has. So you may want to kind of pause the YouTube video and give people some time to answer the questions. But, that's kind of the benefit of running it in a live party. So for people to get access to this, what you're actually going to do is you click on the send button up here. And then what I like to do, I take my link. So if you click the middle button here that looks like a paperclip, it'll give you the link. And then I shorten the URL. So all you're going to do is copy that URL, and then you're going to drop that into your, chat or put a post up on your Facebook party as you're ready to play. So what I would do, I would run the YouTube video. Like I said, if you could do kind of a Zoom room or something like that, that would kind of be best. And then once you send that to your friends, so I'm going to copy this and I'll open it in a link. They will get this. So it'll look a little bit different. So they actually have to put in their name and they have to tell you that they're ready. And then they will get stuck on picture 1. Okay, so once you start to play the video, it takes you through, and you can kind of see I'm just scrolling quickly through here. So this is kind of all your background story. And once you get about 8 minutes in, there's your first picture. So that this beginning section kind of leads you up until you get to that first clue. Okay, so if your person says, I don't know, let's put in just Ferris wheel. This is obviously not the answer. When they go to click next, there's going to be a hint. So I'll tell you right now, the first picture is the hardest one. It does kind of go back to middle school math and some mathematicians. So if anyone's going to get stuck, it's going to be on this one. The other ones are a little bit easier. So the hint is he discovered the golden ratio, 9 letters total, all caps. He was famous in his time. His name begins with an F, and his profession starts with the letter M. So I actually have at the bottom of the document here all the answers that people are looking for. So this is kind of another benefit if you're running a live party. You can go back and, maybe give people some hints, right? So if you've got maybe 5 or 10 people at your party, you can kind of wait for people to get caught up. So I would kind of pause and say, who's done? It's been 2 minutes. Okay, let's move on. If there's still a couple people waiting, then, take a minute and wait a sec for them to kind of get caught up. And then that way everyone's still kind of competing and not getting lost. So that's basically how it works. So if I put in my answer here, the correct answer, actually all caps, and I click next, it'll take me to the next picture. So again, if you kind of go back to the YouTube video, you hear some more story, and then you get to the second picture. So the pictures all correspond to what is in that video. So again, just to kind of walk you through, we'll put in our answer here. Congrats, you got through. Here's our next one. And again, if I put the wrong answer, so let's just say I picked the wrong answer here. So that's not the right one. I got to go back. Okay. Then again, check out picture 4. Your clue is it all adds up, but don't include the sign. So if you add up all of your values here, it's actually $25. And then you're done. So since I've recorded this now, I should be able to go back and actually look at my responses. So you can click here and it'll show you what that person answered. So you can have a summary that would show everybody. You could look by question and you could look at the individual. So again, if I wanted to kind of see my responses, I can click here and I just put in name. So it tells me at this particular time on this date, I answered, and this is what I answered. So whoever was kind of the next person to answer, they would get the next timestamp and so on. So that's how easy it is. And again, if you wanted to just kind of post the pictures, we will include those. So that would give you all the pictures that had a hint. And then you could leave the link to the YouTube video so that people could kind of go through and do that on their own time. So just to kind of recap, you want to click on your form link. You'll be forced to make a copy. Do not try to copy and paste this link. It will not work. So this is hyperlinked in. You're going to click that link. You make your copy. When you go to send it to your party guests, from here you click on the send button. Again, I like to use the paperclip link. I shorten the link so it's a little bit easier to read. And then you want to just copy and paste that to your party group. So again, this kind of works a little bit better if you can do it in a room where everyone can interact together. So I know a lot of people like to just kind of go live on Facebook within their party group. So I would do that, and then I would invite everyone to come to a Zoom link after, and then that way you can kind of get everyone interacting. If you're familiar with Zoom, you could also put people into breakout rooms and then they could kind of work together on this too. So lots of kind of different options. Or you could do even a Facebook room. So you could also do a Google Meet. So you want some way just that you can kind of share your screen. And then you can play the video and have people kind of be able to talk and let you know where they are. I mean, you could do it with Facebook Live too. I just know sometimes the comments don't always work. So it might be just easier if you have kind of a way to communicate with people where they can respond to you in real time. So again, you're going to post this link as well as the link to the YouTube video, which you can get right from here. And then that's basically everything everybody needs to get going. And again, pause when you get to those questions, kind of feel out your audience, see where they're at. Some of these that people might get right away, others they might need some time to think. Like we kind of did this with our group of people, and people needed, between 5 and 10 minutes to get the first question. The other questions were a little bit faster. So, just kind of gauge your group, ask them where they're at, and kind of move on accordingly. So once you get through, when you want to check your responses, you're just going to click on the green icon here, and it'll bring up your responses right there for you. So it kind of looks like Excel. So if you're not familiar, this is Google Sheets. And they'll all get time stamped, so you can see who was kind of the first, second, third, fourth to respond. So depending on how you decide to give out your party prizes, you'll have kind of who came in first, second, third, and fourth. What else? So I guess if you don't do your live, we will include a copy of the pictures, or you could actually even just send the Google form. You don't even need to kind of to do the pictures. You could send the Google form or post the pictures, totally up to you, and you can post the link to the YouTube and then have people fill out the Google form. So that would be another way that you can kind of run the party. And again, your answers are here. So number 1 was Fibonacci, number 2 was 1945, number 3 is up, and number 4 is 25. So it's important when you're filling out the questions that you make sure they are all caps on. Just because Google form, you've got to type it exactly. So if people put, Fibonacci with a capital F and everything else is lowercase, it's not going to take it. So just kind of remind your party guests of that. Same thing with up. And then the last one there, 25, it's got to be just the 2 and the 5. So if you're doing something in a live room, that gives you the option to, kind of give your guests a hint, or if they put something in and it's not kind of going through, you can kind of help them with that. So one more important thing to note, if you're running this in multiple parties, I would actually make another copy of this, and then that way you can kind of keep everybody's responses together within one party. So again, you'd just go back to here, you'd click the link, and you would make a new copy. Or once you have the document in your drive, so if I just go drive.google.com, I'm going to go into my drive here. And then you'll see that I have a copy of this, so then I can just make another copy. And once I create the copy, then I could just title it for somebody else's party. So then I might just rename it. Put my last name here, so it could be Wood's Party. And then that way, when you open up that document, you can make sure that your answers stay separate. So then when I go to send this one, it's going to actually populate a new link for me. So when I click send here, shorten it, it's going to be a different link. And then that way you don't have 2 or 3 kind of different parties mixing into one document. So if you're kind of doing a live one day, they would all show up together if people attended the live. But, if people go back and watch a recording later, then it might get a bit confusing. The other thing that you could do with running this, if you didn't want to do a live or post the pictures, you could kind of run your live, but then give people the option up to the very end to get their answers in. And then whoever kind of escapes from the mystery at the theme park, you could pull names from there. So that would be kind of another option just to make it more fair, because I know sometimes it's hard for people to get out to the live event. So that kind of gives you a couple different options. I mean, play with it. There might be other things that you come up with that we haven't thought about as well. But, you've got the link for YouTube. So again, if you want to play it live, you can. If you want to kind of play it, just kind of post it in your group, you can do that as well. So you've got lots of kind of different options in order to make this work for you and your party group. So I know there's probably going to be some questions, so feel free to reach out to us and we can kind of help you out or help kind of guide you through this. But hopefully that is everything that you need. And again, you've got kind of a copy of the document here as well. So I hope you have a lot of fun with this. I know I had a ton of fun writing it. I got really into it. And when I played it with my group, they had just an awesome time. And I think you'll find that people may want to book some more Mystery at the Theme Park parties. So let us know what questions you have. Let us know what you like. And if this is something we do like, I will try to write us one of these, maybe not every month because it took a lot of work, but maybe every season I'll try to come up with one for us. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a blast at the Mystery at the Theme Park party. Have a good one.